Hello and welcome to the Nightline.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Cheryl Shaminator.
And I'm Razi Ahmad. Well, Cheryl, shall we?
To the headlining stories.
The prime suspect who allegedly issued a death threat against a senior customs officer has been arrested. Sarawak Commissioner of Police Dato' Aidi Ismail said the 35-year-old unemployed suspect was arrested around 9 a.m. today after he turned himself in at the Sungai Merah police station in Cebu.
ID said the suspect will be remanded and brought to Kuching for investigation under Section 507 of the Penal Code. Sarawak Deputy Police Commissioner Dato' Fizul Saleh, who confirmed the arrest, said the suspect tested positive for amphetamine and methamphetamine.
Untuk pengalaman, suspek yang keempat telah kita tahan pagi tadi pada pukul 9.10 pagi di Cebu. Dan dia akan ditahan riman dan dibawa ke Kuching lah untuk disiasat di bawah Seksyen 507 PK. Ya, mereka semua terlibat lah yang dikatakan mastermind yang kita tangkap tadi lah yang di Cebu ni yang tiga lagi kita agak bersepahat lah. Dan kita akan charge di bawah Seksyen sama lah, 507 PK.
On November 26, the customs officer in question received a brown envelope containing 2 live bullets and a note that read, "Got 2 bullets, 1 long, 1 short. Which one you want?" at around 12 p.m. at his house in Jalan Matang, Kuching. The customs officer then reported the matter to the police, which led to the arrest of 3 men aged between 35 and 39 years old on the same day. As explained by Royal Malaysian Customs Department Director General Dato' Abdul Latif Abdul Kadir yesterday, the officer received the threat after he led operations at Rajang Port in Cebu and also Bintulu Port between October 21st and November 13th. Abdul Latif revealed that more than 2.64 million ringgit worth of goods involving more than 655,000 ringgit in tax were seized in both operations.
Sarawak Multimedia Authority, or SMA, and the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, have agreed to ramp up broadband connectivity to underserved areas in Sarawak. Whilst both SMA and MCMC will work closely to ensure synergy and efficient project rollout.
Rural's transformation, SMART, a flagship project under the SMA, will build 600 telecommunication towers throughout Sarawak. SMA in a statement said they realized one of the foundations of Digital Economy Strategy 2018 to 2022 for Sarawak. To date, 202 towers have been completed under the first phase known as the Smart First 300 project. Another 98 towers are currently under construction with the completion target set by 2021. On another note, SMA has also announced the deployment of very small aperture terminals VSAT under the Sarawak Multimedia Authority, linking urban, rural and nation Saluran 200 plan as an interim connectivity solution to targeted areas.
A 59-year-old father is feared drowned following a trip to a store in Katibas, Song, Cebu. The victim, known as Tunu Anak Kudi, set out on his boat to purchase some necessities across the river on Saturday at around 10 a.m., but never returned. Villagers found the victim's boat adrift by the river banks and informed the victim's son on Sunday of the discovery. According to Fire and Rescue Department spokesperson, they received a missing man report on November 30. Upon arriving at the scene, firefighters gathered information and activated a search and rescue operation. The search operation will resume tomorrow morning.
The opposition failed to block the Ministry of Finance's expenditure under the 2021 supply bill for a second time today, when a block vote was called with 107 ayes and only 95 nays.
The allocations of 35.1 billion ringgit was approved for the ministry under the 2021 budget after 107 members of parliament voted in favour while 95 voted against it. Speaker Dato' Azhar Azizan Harun announced that 18 MPs were not present during the voting process. This is the second time that opposition lawmakers have failed to vote down allocations proposed under the 2021 budget after the earlier 6.947 billion ringgit allocation for the Prime Minister's department was also passed after a 100-95 block voting. More than 15 opposition members rose and demanded block voting after Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz wrapped up the 2021 budget debate at the committee stage. The ministry was allocated 35.1 billion ringgit in the 2021 budget, comprising 20.8 billion ringgit for administrative cost and 14.1 billion ringgit for development expenditures.
Hello there, welcome back. Two returning students from Labuan Matriculation College were the latest positive COVID-19 cases recorded in Sarawak today. The cases have brought the total number of positive cases in the state to 1,064.
Sarawak State Disaster Management Committee SDMC in a statement said that the latest cases were detected through screening activities of individuals who have just returned from a high-risk COVID-19 infection area, namely Labuan. The committee pointed out that prior to the students' departure, they had undergone the antibody rapid test kit RTK antigen test and were found to be negative for COVID-19. The students returned to Limbang by express boat from Labuan via the Limbang Customs Pier, after which they were then admitted to a quarantine centre to undergo the 14-day mandatory quarantine. The RT-PCR tests screened on November 23rd found that the two cases tested positive for COVID-19. Both cases are asymptomatic and categorized as Import B for being infected in a high-risk COVID-19 infection area. They have been referred to and admitted to the isolation ward of Miri Hospital for further treatment, while contact tracing of the cases is actively being conducted. Meanwhile, two recovery and discharge cases today from Sarawak General Hospital. On active clusters in the state, the committee said 6 clusters remain active in Kuching, namely the Besi cluster with 12 cases, Jalan Abel cluster with 15 cases, Baki cluster with 33 cases, Seladah cluster with 9 cases, Green Hill cluster with 91 cases, and Wisma Saberkas cluster with 44 cases. Meanwhile, recovery cases throughout Malaysia today have far surpassed the daily COVID-19 cases, with 2,112 patients having recovered compared to 1,212 new positive cases. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah in a daily COVID-19 updates today said the total recoveries today stand at 54,759 cases. On the new cases, 1,203 cases were local transmissions, while 9 were imported cases.
Negeri Selangor melaporkan kes harian tertinggi iaitu sebanyak 402 kes bersama dengan 33.2%, di mana 308 kes iaitu 76.6% adalah daripada kluster-kluster dan saringan kontak rapat COVID-19 yang giat dijalankan di lapangan. Ini diikuti oleh negeri Sabah sebanyak 326 kes iaitu bersama dengan 26.9% dan negeri Sembilan sebanyak 141 kes iaitu bersama dengan 11.6%.
As for updates on COVID-19 cases worldwide, the total number of cases surpassed 61 million on Sunday, with the death toll exceeding 1.44 million. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, the United States, India and Brazil remain the most affected countries, leading the world in both confirmed cases and deaths.
The WHO coronavirus disease dashboard showed that the total number of confirmed cases reached 61,869,330, with a death toll of 1,448,896 worldwide. By far, the United States remains the nation worst hit by the pandemic, with the world's most cases and deaths in the past 24 hours. It was the US 27th consecutive day registering over 100,000 new confirmed cases. Brazil has the third largest caseload in the world after the United States and India, recording 6,238,350 confirmed cases of COVID-19 with 171,974 deaths. In Europe, French health authorities on Sunday confirmed 9,784 new COVID-19 cases, down from 12,580 registered a day before. Italy reported 20,648 new COVID-19 cases over the past 24 hours. South Korea reported 438 more cases of COVID-19 as of midnight Sunday. The daily caseload stayed below 500 for 2 straight days, but it gained in triple digits for 23 days due to small cluster infections in Seoul and its surrounding Gyeonggi province, as well as imported cases. Of the new cases, 158 were Seoul residents and 69 were people residing in Gyeonggi province. 24 were imported from overseas, lifting the combined figure to 4,550. 3 more deaths were confirmed, leaving the death toll at 526.
In the past, Gedong constituents were faced with difficulties, especially in the urgency to withdraw their financials. However, with the latest installation of an ATM through Agrobank in the area, it will help ease their transactions.
Bagi pihak penduduk Gedong, ingin mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada Agrobank Sarawak kerana telah meluluskan satu unit mesin ATM yang akan ditempatkan di Anjung Usahawan Gedong dalam masa yang terdekat ini. Jadi hari ini saya telah menerima surat kelulusan oleh pihak bank yang diserahkan oleh saudara Abdul Khalik, pengurus Regional Manager Bank Sarawak kepada saya. Jadi insyaAllah satu unit ATM mesin akan ditempatkan di Anjung Usahawan Gedong untuk memberi perkhidmatan kepada lebih kurang 7,000 penduduk asal Gedong yang tinggal di Gedong.
Narul then said this is the Sarawak government's efforts to provide the best service to the people, especially in rural areas.
Jadi perkhidmatan ATM ini adalah selaras dengan dasar kerajaan negeri untuk memberi perkhidmatan kepada penduduk di luar bandar dan pendalaman supaya mereka dapat berurusan, mengeluar duit, berkirim duit, menerima bantuan kerjaan dan sebagainya melalui bank bergerak dan ATM mesin. Jadi bagi Gedong, oleh kerana ianya tidak berapa jauh daripada Serian dan Semunjan, jadi ATM mesin ni amat very practical sekali lah. Jadi bank bergerak mungkin diperlu oleh kawasan pendalaman yang lebih jauh daripada perkhidmatan bank dan sebagainya.
On another note, Sarawak's Regional Director of Agrobank, Abdul Khalik bin Abdullah, said with these ATM facilities, economy sectors in Gedong will surge.
Kita dah merujuk apa semua, mengkaji, banyak memang keperluan memang sangat tinggi di kawasan Gedong. Okay. Dan kita yakin dengan adanya mesin ATM akan boostkan lagi, akan meningkatkan lagi ekonomi penduduk Gedong. Kerana bila ada tunai di kawasan Gedong, banyaklah peluang perniagaan akan timbul. Okay. Kedai runcit akan boom. Okay. Lepas peluang pekerjaan akan bertambah. Okay. Di sini yang kita nampak lah. Kita berusaha kita membantu masyarakat luar bandar.
Many local entrepreneurs in Tanjung Manis, especially in Belawai, have yet to apply for the Sarawak Microcredit Scheme, SMCS, and assistance provided by the state government. Assistant Minister of Urban Development and Resources, Dato' Len Talif Saleh, said there will be a discussion with relevant agencies to assist in providing the latest information to applicants.
Jadi oleh sebab itulah saya telah kita akan berbincang dengan beberapa pihak bagaimana mereka dapat diberi maklumat dari maklumat terkini supaya mereka dapat maupun pertukaran disediakan untuk pemasaran, untuk kelancangan aktiviti perdagangan mereka. Mereka memang sudah berdagang, kadang-kadang berdagang di rumah masing-masing.
Clearly, the existing facilities make it easier for entrepreneurs to sell their products. Len Talib added while holding a visit to Tanjung Manis night market on Sunday, reiterated that the state government is not only focusing on health, but also ensuring the local economy to continue as usual. In addition, he also said the 33 sales stalls in the night market that provides new economic opportunities to entrepreneurs, which serve as an attraction to visitors whom are visiting the area. The night market is located near the family supermarket, operating daily starting at 2 p.m. until 10 p.m.
Welcome back. The Cebu Division of the State Disaster Management Committee has identified 48 flood relief centres that will be activated when the need arises. Its chairman and Cebu resident Charles Xiao today said that 25 of the centres are located in the Cebu district, 17 in Kanuit and 6 in Selangor.
Are primed and ready at any time. The Cebu Division SDMC's main concern at the moment is compliance with COVID-19 standard operating procedures at the centres. The current northeast monsoon is expected to bring more heavy rain to Sarawak between January and February next year. He hoped that those evacuated to the relief centres will give their cooperation to the authorities to prevent the spread of the disease. Sarawak Assistant Minister for Public Health and Housing, Dr. Anwar Rapai, who attended the meeting as the coordinator of the committee, said Cebu is a low-lying area prone to flood with heavy downpour. Anwar said SDMC Cebu Division have sought the assistance of their counterparts in Kapit to inform them if the water level rises.
Sarawak Police, through the Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department, or NCID, will continue monitoring Katur distribution activities in the state. Revealing the matter, Sarawak Commissioner of Police Dato' Aidil Ismail said 21 boxes containing Katur leaves weighing 41.9 kilograms shipped from West Malaysia using a courier were seized. According to him, during a week-long monitoring, the package remained unclaimed at the post office. The Katur leaves were shipped in from West Malaysia by using a fake name and address. He added this is the first incident that was detected in Sarawak.
Setakat ini masih lagi dalam kita kawal. Kita dapati tidak ada terkesan pokok ketum di sana di Sarawak. Bagaimanapun kita masih lagi mengajarkan sekian supaya benda ini tak berlaku lah. Jadi dari segi kemasukan tu memang boleh katakan is the first insiden yang kita dapat kesan. Jadi melalui ini kita boleh bagi katakanlah masih lagi dalam kawalan. Jumlahnya tak banyak dari segi berbanding dengan daerah yang lain lah.
Previously, arrests have also been made in August involving 2 local men at the Matang area for possessing 10 bottles of Katur.
A Wushu centre will be established in Sarawak, which offers intensive training, performance and competitive circuit for the martial arts sport. The construction of the training avenue located in Petrajaya will commence soon and scheduled to be completed early next year.
They have been waiting for this for quite a long time, and I'm very, very happy to see that finally it's taking off. The State Cabinet or MNKN has already approved the site as well as the cost. The ceiling is 13.2 million. The construction roughly will be starting early next year. I think by February we will start the construction, and then most likely it will be 18 months. 15 months. 15 months it will be completed.
According to Karim, Wushu have become one of the core sports in states and hope that the training centre would provide competitiveness and achieving greater heights. He added that the training centre will be fully equipped with comprehensive facilities and equipment to train Wushu trainers.
The site already is going to be next to the shooting range. There is one side of about 3 acres plus down there for them to train, for them to organize competition, whether it is state competition, national competition or even international competition. We have got a place for them to organize it.
Meanwhile, President of Wushu Federation of Sarawak, Alan Wong, said the centre can be used by state athletes to do sports training.
This venue especially meant for state athletes, centralized and intensive training, not for all the athletes. Okay. Yeah, this is mainly for state athletes.
And that concludes the Nightline. Thank you for watching. I'm Raisi Ahmad.
And I'm Cheryl Shaminator. Good night. Thanks for watching.
Stay safe.